Yo YouTube, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to go to this auction house that regularly does different kinds of shows, and they've got a pop culture action figure toy type show today, and we're going to look for some non-sport cards. See what we can find.
How's it going, man?
Good, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
So it didn't take long, and I did find a dealer that had some non-sport, but it's just a bunch of bagged cards. He had a couple of wax boxes, but nothing exciting there. Like Tracy. But the bags, the cards were all in just random Ziploc bags. They weren't in very good condition, and the price was outrageous. For example, this bag of Return of the Jedi cards, we wanted $100 for it. Some of the Star Trek sets at $15 might have been okay, but Star Trek stuff doesn't do that well for me, so I'd rather pass than take on the work to list those and have them sit.
Toy and trade? Yeah, I did all right. Yeah. We were towards the stage. I sold between 3 or 4. So Jim mentioned something about that. He's trying to get it going and get in the table. So
The landscaper's nice, but we already have that.
Supposedly last year's was the last one, and then this were the new people who took over.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to ever happen again, but yeah, that was the story. Last year was the old people. This year was the new people.
Still Godzilla. I don't understand it. Absolutely. 2 movies in 1 year. Popular. 2 movies in 1 year. They're watching one on Netflix or Prime or something. Japanese. Yep. I haven't finished it yet.
Let me know if you see anything.
I got 12. Will you do $10?
Sure.
So as you could see, there was not much there at that show for me. Now, I was kind of going to a show outside the lines of a card dealer anyway, being it was a toy and pop culture show, but I was hoping I'd find more non-sport cards. This is the first time they've ever held this show, and there was only 12 or 15 dealers there, so there wasn't going to be much to choose from anyway. I did find a dealer that had some Star Trek and old Star Wars and stuff like that, but not prices of anything I could do anything with. But I did find a few sports cards. Did find some non-sport packs in this early booth here. This is a huge mall. There's like 70 some booths I think in it. Anyway, found some packs, overpriced, common stuff, nothing I really need. And there was this basket of packs. I decided to kind of dig through those. Most of them are $2 to $3. You can see I got some hook there. Just really, again, common stuff. Nothing I need for my non-sport collection. Here's bow. There some were vintage, some were like mid to late 90s. Just off-subject stuff. There's a Little Mermaid fat pack, some Star Trek. Just nothing that was super, super exciting. I did find these Prism Alien cards rather interesting, but they were like $1 a card. I don't even know what they are. So it's just too much to pay for that, something that I've never even seen. I think, if it was $1 for the pack, I probably would have picked it up. Found a random Steve Young card on the end cap of this booth, so that made me want to look further to see if there's other sports cards. Sure enough, found a little single row box here with what looks like some vintage, so I'm going to dig through that and see what I can find. I did find a police set. I'm kind of glad I passed on that because I find more of those later at much better price, which you'll see in a bit. But these were just vintage football, which I don't see that much of. $1 per card, so I had to be a little picky. I couldn't just buy all of them. But I figured there'd be something in here I could pick up. Wasn't finding as much in regular trading cards, so I started looking at some playing card sets, but I passed on these Muppet set because it was a little bit too used. Here's those police sets I was talking about earlier. Just a kind of a cardboard box full of random sets. Some of them are $3, some of them are $5, which isn't a bad deal when there are 30 cards or so in a pack. Now, if you don't know much about police cards, the way it works, at least in my state, is they'll make cards for the professional teams, and then each police department is responsible for getting a printer and a sponsor to get those cards made, and then the police officers in that area will hand those cards out to kids. So we have usually the baseball ones around here are actually like major sponsors, like a cookie company or Sure Make hot dogs or something like that. And usually the football ones are like a more local sponsor along with the police department. There were some Packer packs in there, but they were just random player cards and weren't sets. So I kind of tried to stick to the sets. And then some of the older sets were tall, and I avoided those entirely. They're just kind of a pain to deal with. There was one big sports vendor here, and it was all like junk wax stuff. There was some modern packs, but nothing that, packs and stuff, I don't really buy that. Nothing in bulk or lots or anything like that. There were some Packers police sets, fairly priced, but I'd already just picked up a bunch of police sets, so I kind of passed on those. Now this was really interesting, and I tried to make a play here if I could. But I got into this booth, and there's some sports cards on the left wall. I'll show you those in a little bit. So I figured it was, there you go. So I figured it was somebody who had dealt in cards before, or at least knew what they were worth. But they had all these Nintendo Power issues. So they were in bags, but the sign on the front of the box said, go ahead, look through the issues if you want. Just try to get them back nice and neat. So picked a few up, noticed a bunch of them had not even been popped out of their plastic, so I thought it was worth a look to at least look through the ones that I knew had cards in the issues and see if the cards were still there. So I pulled out my phone because I couldn't remember what issues had cards and what didn't, and these issues ranged anywhere from the 20s to the 120s, and they didn't put cards in all those issues. So just kind of started with one and looked through it, and condition was okay. Prices weren't terrible if I could get the cards. And then looked up, what issues they were in and continued to search the magazines that way. Ironically, this is like the last booth in the building, and I decided to keep going and make sure I got to the end of it since I drove all the way there. And one of the last booths had a good amount of cards. Bunch of singles in modern and some vintage, sports, a few packs, and this set here that I've got of Austin Powers. So some things I felt like I could make a play on. Prices were pretty good. So I did pick up some stuff from here as well.